If you spend enough time looking at political message boards, you will inevitably stumble into unproven conspiracy theories about Donald Trump. People spend hours trying to connect him to secret societies, hidden global powers, and deep state operations. This constant search for mysterious explanations for his political and business survival is a distraction. It pulls our attention away from the actual, documented data sitting right in front of us. His survival doesn't require a supernatural explanation. It comes down to a documented, lifelong playbook, a strategy of aggressively blurring objective reality to fit his personal brand. Examining the verified paper trail reveals the specific mechanics he used to build and weaponize a public image, eventually turning those same tactics on the federal government. To understand the origin of this strategy, we have to look at Manhattan in the 1980s. During this era, financial reporters frequently received phone calls from a man calling himself John Barron. Barron was ostensibly a PR spokesman for the Trump Organization, eager to brag to the media about his boss's wealth and success. But John Barron wasn't a real person. Later audio recordings confirmed the voice on the other end of the line was Donald Trump himself. He acted as his own fake hype man, feeding artificial praise directly to the press to inflate his status. In a later legal deposition, when pressed on how he calculated his total net worth, he stated on the record that the number goes up and down depending on his personal feelings at any given moment, rather than hard math. The John Barron phone calls and the deposition reveal the core operating system of his entire career. Truth and financial reality are entirely subjective to his personal feelings and desired brand image. This chart visualizes the contrast between his brand and his reality in the 1990s. While he heavily promoted the image of a successful billionaire, he was personally entangled in roughly $4 billion of debt. He faced multiple corporate bankruptcies, including failures across his Atlantic City casinos. Yet he continued to project total financial dominance on television. Instead of liquidating his image, he began licensing it. He attached his name to external projects and programs that eventually collapsed under legal scrutiny. The most famous example was Trump University. He marketed the program by promising students that he personally handpicked the instructors to teach his real estate secrets. Court proceedings later proved it was not a licensed university, and he had zero involvement in choosing the faculty. The same pattern appeared with the Trump Charity Foundation, which was forced to shut down after investigators found that charitable funds were being redirected to benefit his own businesses and settle his legal disputes. From the casinos to the university, the data shows a clear hierarchy. The illusion of success was strictly prioritized over actual financial solvency. Branding became a tool to survive systemic failures. When he entered the political arena, he took the reality distortion mechanics of the 1980s and applied them to the presidency. This graph tracks the volume of that strategy. The Washington Post maintained a database documenting the accumulation of false statements he made while in office. By the end of his term, that database locked in 30,573 false claims. He utilized conspiracy theories as deliberate branding exercises. Long before taking office, he built political capital by fiercely promoting the baseless birther claim that his predecessor was not born in the United States. That pattern of shaping reality without evidence culminated in the aftermath of the 2020 election, where he launched a campaign claiming widespread voting fraud, claims that failed to produce evidence when tested in courtrooms across the country. Applying this level of narrative control to the federal government created severe friction. It resulted in him becoming the only American president in history to be impeached twice by the House of Representatives. And the legal friction extended beyond his time in office. In 2024, a New York jury found him guilty on 34 felony counts, marking the first time a former president received a criminal conviction. His time in office served as the final stage for his 1980s playbook, where narrative control consistently took precedence over objective facts. The true story of Donald Trump leaves no room for hidden global syndicates or supernatural luck. The reality is a documented commitment to controlling the media narrative at all costs. By treating objective reality as a flexible PR asset, he managed to survive $4 billion in debt, structural business failures, double impeachments, and criminal convictions. Ultimately, he survived by out-branding the truth. This strategy secured him political power and an intensely loyal voter base. but it inflicted measurable damage on the country in the process. The verified playbook has left a measurable legacy, a documented decline in the American public's trust in election systems and the democratic institutions that govern them.